Hey everyone, it's Alyse. Welcome back to the Dreadful Dialogue podcast, where we chat about all things horror. Today I'm going to be talking about the 1993 movie Bodybags, and I have a brand new guest. Her name is Celia, and she has her own YouTube channel, Let's Talk Terror. And before we even get into the movie, tell us about your channel and what you got going on over there.
Sure. Well, hello everyone. I'm Celia,
Welcome.
and thank you. And as Alyse said, I run Let's Talk Terror. It is just me, solely me. And Let's Talk Terror is basically a place where you can get news, booze, and reviews. Most of it is reviews, horror movie reviews, to be exact. But we're not just on YouTube, though. I say we, as in it's more than one person.
I
It's
do
just
the
me,
same.
but
I say we because my husband helps me produce, and it's weird to
it
say
makes
I.
it sound like, yeah, it is weird.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just makes it sound better to say we. So
Yeah, so go with it,
not
bro.
only have we not only have YouTube, but there's also the Instagram. Follow me at Let's Talk Terror. I will follow back. And also letstalkterror.com. That's where you'll find most of the written content, obviously. But yeah, we're all over the place.
Cool. Yeah, I've read some of your stuff. You have a lot of things on your website, a lot of things to read, so that's really cool. So yeah, check it out.
Thank you. I try.
Yeah. So friend of the pod. So she's here. We're gonna talk about. I had heard on one of your interviews with one of your guests that you like anthologies, and I was like, she seems really cool. So let's have her come on. So I said, well, I suggested Body Bags, and you watched it, and tell me what you think about the movie.
Well, it was a great pick. First of all, I had never seen Body Bags, so I was like, "Oh, bet I'm gonna watch this. I love anthology, so
Yeah,
so
yeah,
let me
yeah.
watch." And I was kind of mad at myself actually because I'm from the 1900s. I should have seen this, but I hadn't up until now, and I'm happy that I now have seen it because I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah, it's one I didn't see in the 90s. I had never heard of it, and I caught it on accident. Like, I think I was watching something on Shudder on the streaming service, and then it, like, auto-played it, and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And then I was like and I kept looking at the guy, and I'm like, "Is that John Carpenter?" Like, I had no idea
Yeah.
what I was getting myself into, and I thought it was, like, super cheesy at first, and then I was like, "Okay." I mean, it is kinda cheesy, right? I mean, that's like a huge aspect of horror
Yeah.
movies, but yeah, I ended up really liking it. And I was like, yeah, this is another one where I'm like, I saw it like I didn't see it in the 90s either. But I did a
Yeah.
little
I
bit.
I
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I did the same thing with, oh, is that John Carpenter? I was doing the same thing literally the entire time. Like, I know
Mm,
this person. Who is that? I know
tons
this
of
person.
cameos.
Yes.
Yeah, cameos like galore. Like, I'm sure we won't mention all of them because I'm not that good. I try to keep track of that kind of stuff, but I'm not perfect. Yeah, I found out only recently that this movie was originally going to be a TV show or like a cable show for Showtime, kind of like
Oh,
Tales from the Crypt, but it didn't
yes.
make for whatever reason, they didn't decide to make it a show, and so they just, like, threw it together and made a movie out of it, so that's why it's
You
got
know,
those vibes too.
I kind of like how they didn't make a show out of it. I don't know if I would have enjoyed it so much if it were a show. I kind of like how they put it all together. It feels quick. It's a normal length of movie time, but it feels quick because I don't know, it's just so many stories.
Yeah, the 3 stories move pretty quick, so I guess we could kinda get into, like, a little bit of, like I guess as we get to each segment, we can kinda give a synopsis.
Yeah.
So, like, the host, I guess who would be their equivalent of if it was gonna be a Tales from the Crypt type show, is played by John Carpenter, and he's a coroner, and he's, like, hilarious, right? He's got some funny quips.
He's so funny, and I don't know what I imagined John Carpenter acting like, but it was not that. So I was pleasantly surprised that he was hilarious. Like, I was sitting there on the couch like he.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He's usually
he's
so
very funny.
serious-faced, right?
Yes, yes. I would have never guessed that he could be as funny as he was. He did a great job, and I wish he would act in more stuff too. I mean, maybe not now because it's, he's ancient, but
Oh, he's
but
never coming back
before,
from that, thanks.
uh,
No
I
wonder if
love
I
John
make it big,
Carpenter.
so
I
you're
love
coming
him.
back. Just kidding.
I love John Carpenter, but
Me too, me too.
he's on the older side. So I mean, I
Yes.
wouldn't. Yeah, he's not going to do that nowadays. But back in the 90s, like, yeah, he should have done more stuff. It came off really good.
Yeah, he had some good comedic chops drinking his eyeball martinis.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's kind of our host, right? And there's 3 segments, and what I love about each segment is they're like each a different aspect of horror. So I feel like this first one, I don't know if they even give them names. Like it's like the gas station, right? We get a girl named
Yeah.
Anne. She's a college student and she's taking this gig. Like it sounds like maybe she moonlights. She just does this as needed, and this isn't a gas station she normally
Right.
works at, right?
Right. That's what I kind of got from it. I'm like, how does this work? How did you just get what are you doing? You're in college and you're also working in a gas station, but only at night, I guess. I don't know.
All
I don't
by
know.
yourself in Haddonfield, mind you. I don't know if you'd caught that they name dropped. I'm sure it was just because it's John Carpenter's film. Like let's just set it in Haddonfield. But yeah, so we get her. She's working at this gas station, and we find out there's a serial killer on the loose, and we're following her throughout. And this one deals with, I think, like the fear of like isolation, being a woman at
Yes.
night somewhere, fear of the unknown, because there can be very and that does happen, right? She encounters some very harmless people that do scare you at times and you're not sure. Like I think
Yeah.
our first person that walks up is another cameo. We get Wes Craven.
Wes Craven, yes. And I think in the credits they name him oh my god, what did they name him? It was like the Pasty Man or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
They
I
name
didn't
him.
even know. The pasty face man.
Yes.
I usually get like the cast from like Wikipedia or IMDb, and it's all
Yeah.
pasty face man. I'm all okay. It's like they never give him a name. And he's doing this weird eye thing, like looking at her like, oh, you're a college girl. And
Yeah.
he's all, I got some bourbon. You want to get in the car? I'm like, oh no.
No.
So he's
No, sir.
yeah, he's not so innocent. I mean, thankfully he doesn't do anything to her, but he's like the first creep factor of the night, right? Total red flags this whole
Yes.
time. And then we get who's our next person that we get? We
What was it
get
next? Was a couple next? Or was the cute guy well, he's not cute to me, but like
well, it's David Naughton.
love
And I think
interest.
David Naughton comes up next, right?
Oh, I don't remember
David
at this
Naughton,
point,
or
but
we get
yeah.
the unhoused, or we get the homeless man. One or the two. So we get
Yes.
that comes up. We get a homeless man, an unhoused man, and he's like, "Oh, I need the keys to the bathroom." Oh no, it is David Naughton. See, I just remember it's David Naughton, the guy from American Werewolf in London. Same thing. He kind of flirts with her. He's like, "Hey, if you ever want to hang out, come to the Oak Lounge. If you want to play some pool and kick back." And he's a little flirty. And and it's old school. I love it. Like I worked in retail when I was younger at Sears, and it's like one of those credit card machines where you put the carbon copy movie and he forgets and he leaves his credit card. So she goes running out to give him his credit card back. But that's when she realized she's left the keys inside the booth of her gas station.
And I caught that as soon as she left. I said, "Ma'am, the keys."
You're all, ma'am. I like the way you're like, ma'am.
I knew it.
But before she even started, right? She gets briefed kind of from the previous worker, and I don't know. Are you familiar with that actor who played the previous guy working the previous shift? Huh?
Mm-hmm. That's one of the Raimis.
No,
I can't remember if it's not Sam.
It's Carradine.
No, he's in there.
Isn't it
James
David Carradine?
Well, now I gotta look it up.
Yeah, no, Robert Carradine. It's Robert Carradine.
Robert Carradine.
I think I wanted to say David because there's a lot of Carradine. So he's from Revenge of the Nerds.
See, I haven't seen that.
Get off my podcast right now. I know that this is a horror podcast, but is an 80s.
I've seen enough clips. I've seen enough clips of it, but I've not actually seen it.
You have homework, okay? You need to watch that movie.
Okay.
He plays a total
Only
nerd.
For you.
And so his name
really
is Bill.
A nerd in Revenge of the Nerds?
Yes. So Robert Carradine, okay. So when I saw him in this, I was like, oh, dude, it's Lewis. It's Lewis Goldnick from Revenge of the Nerds, which kind of a red herring, which I always wondered if they cast him in that role on purpose. Because this is after Revenge of the Nerds.
Probably. Yeah, probably. I mean, it's good casting as a red herring.
Yeah. So she gives the homeless guy the keys. He's in the bathroom. Then that's when we get the couple you're talking about. What did you think about them?
They were a trip, man. But they're the kind of people who I think were like, what is up with you guys? But also like, we're where y'all going to party?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like, what is going on? Y'all seem like fun.
And I like the way he's all, "Can I get the keys to the little boys' room?" I'm like, "Who's this little boys'
Yes.
room?" When you're like, he's like in his 50s or 40s at
Some
least.
dirty old man, that's who.
And the lady's all drunk. She's like, "I can't get the gas to work." And she's like, "Lift the lever. Lift the lever." Yeah. Yeah, so lots of things going on, customers coming and going, and so she finally figures out a way to get the other keys out, and when she tells the guy, to get the keys, so she's back in the booth, and she tells the guy, I called them the yuppie couple that rolled up that we said
Mhm.
would be fun to probably party with.
Yeah.
She's like, "I gave the keys already to somebody and he hasn't come back. Can you check on him?" And so he checks on the guy in the bathroom and he's like, "Oh, he's all right. He's just passed out. Just let him sleep it off. Like, no worries. I had to pee over him."
No.
It's like the comedy this whole time. Like it's tense
Yes.
moments and then comedy. It's like tense moments because you're like, "Are these people gonna hurt her?" And then it's like comedy, right?
Yes.
Uh
I'm gonna pee over him. I forgot about that part. I was
what part?
dying. So I'm gonna pee over him.
Yeah, he's all, "I had to pee over it." Like, like he does like this funny thing. Like if you're watching on YouTube,
Yes.
I'm trying to imitate him. I'm clearly not an actor, so I can't imitate what he did, and I'm not a man. So. But yeah, he's just funny. Yeah. Um. So finally, she's by herself, and she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go check on this guy. I got to get the keys." And she finds this like crazy painting. Do you remember the
Yes.
painting
I remember the painting and I was trying to figure out, okay, so
or
I'm a horror
drawing?
person. I
Rather?
watch this all the time. Yeah, and I'm like, what is this? Is that from something or is it just like some weird ass painting? Like, I couldn't figure it out. And I'm like, should I know this or is this an inside joke? I don't know. I mean, it was weird. I don't necessarily know if I'd be, well, maybe I would be freaked out about that now that I think about it. Context matters. If I were by myself at some gas station, then maybe I'd be freaked out. But me just sitting at home on my couch, I'm like, oh, that's it.
That's creative, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right,
Yeah.
like, in context, like, by yourself in the middle of the night, I'd be like, "Oh, I gotta get out of here." But, like, yeah, if me and you were hanging out on a road trip and we ran into it, we'd be like, "Dude, look at this like, look at this drawing, you gotta
Right,
see it."
right.
This is awkward and kinda,
Yeah.
satanic maybe? I don't know what it was.
Yeah, and I was thinking when she was going in there to look, I was thinking it was gonna be like some Candyman, like blood everywhere, but
Yeah,
it wasn't.
yeah.
So I think there was also that too. Is like, oh, I was expecting something else.
Something more sinister. Yeah, so they're doing
Yeah.
that, right? They're playing with this trope of like, what's gonna happen to her. Is somebody gonna is this because again, we know the whole time there's a killer on the loose, and in all likelihood, is the serial killer really gonna like show up at her gas station? But they've planted that seed in your head as the viewer, and they've planted the
Yes.
seed in her head. So, eventually what happens is, she runs out of there. She goes into the bay, the repair bay, I guess, and that's where
Yeah.
she ends up finding the guy who was using the bathroom, the homeless man. Now he's in the vehicle and he's dead, and she's like, "Ah," and she runs off.
Eh, yeah, my question is how did that man get there? Because where else is he gonna there was no other way than to like go past her to get from the
I
bathroom.
don't know, because the whole setup is confusing, right? Like, it moves so
Right.
quick from spot to spot that I had to keep watching to be like, "Wait, can I get a map of the layout of this gas station?"
Right. So like maybe at that point she was like running around again outside for whatever reason. We just I don't know. Movie magic, I guess.
Well, why did he put him in there though, is what I'm also like, wouldn't you not wanna draw attention? Wouldn't you have just thrown his body behind, like, a building? Like,
Right. Like how did you know she was gonna go back in there to
or
see
not go
that?
back in there? Maybe he I guess you're right, maybe he did want her to maybe he wanted to maybe the killer was like, "Yeah, I want this
Who
girl to
knows?
find the body."
It's serial killer logic, I guess.
It's true,
I'm not a
there
serial killer, so I don't know.
and most of the time we're always like, "Well, if I were a person committing a crime," we're like, "Okay, that's why a lot of people get caught because 'cause they're not very
Right.
smart, and I would not be able to do it." Yeah. So then we find out she runs off, she screams, she tries to call phone number that Bill, right, the worker, the revenge of the nerds guy
Yes.
left her. She calls and we see Bill, he's back. He's in the other part of the store that's across the parking lot, and he's like, "Hey, you've
Yep.
reached Bill, leave a number, beep." and she calls 911, and Bill comes out and he's got a big sledgehammer and he starts trying to break down the door or the glass. And that part I was like, oh, okay, he's not a nerd. I'm like, oh my God, like
Yeah.
and this is when we realize we get the twist that Bill is not actually Bill, that he stole the
Yes.
shirt of the original Bill. The actual Bill that worked there was Sam Raimi. We see his little employee of the month
Yes.
picture. And I didn't even know that was him. I didn't catch that till I was reading about the movie. I'm like, I guess I don't know what Sam Raimi looks like because I didn't know it was him. So I wouldn't have even caught that one. Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely caught that person. I know. I know the Raimis.
Okay. Yeah. I once I saw him, I'm like, oh, I've seen him before, but it was like I don't think I even thought to pay attention to nor did I pay attention because as she's getting away from him and she gets into the bathroom, now she's in the employee bathroom back in her little booth, right?
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
And
well, yeah,
she finds the body.
I guess it is
right?
a bathroom. It had a sink. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, Carradine or Bill, Carradine's the actor's last name. The Kill Bill, not the real Bill, right? That's so funny. Killer Bill. Killer Bill comes in and, she takes a stool to the face. So I love that. Like we get that. It's kind of like a Final Girl. It's almost like a Final Girl movie, even though she was really the only like character that was being pursued. So did it give you Final Girl vibes?
Not really, but I will say that whole last segment actually did. I wouldn't say it scared me, but it was a little like, oh, I hope she gets out. I hope she's okay. What would I do? I don't know. There is a part that I will say I'm really mad at her, and I hate when people do this. They don't double tap. You need to make sure that person is dead. You got all. She manages to get him down at some point, but she just leaves him there and turns around, and I'm like, I would have bashed that man's head in, like, so there was no question that
I would have grabbed that sledgehammer that he had because that stool that she used wasn't enough. Because he comes back up, he gets back up and comes after her, and then he slumps over, and then he keeps coming back. It's like, hello, like, have you not seen Creepshow, the other anthology?
Exactly.
Where the guy keeps coming back. Come on.
And then on top of that, it's like I would have ran so far. Like you would not catch me near that gas station. After that, it would have been, this dude's head is smashed on the ground and I'm out of here. I'm miles away.
Yeah. And it took her a while to finally like, okay, I need to like pull myself together. And so she gets into the vehicle, right, that the homeless man had been in.
Yeah.
And then because he didn't do like you said, girl, she didn't finish him off. And he shows up and the car is on a lift. It lifts her up. And so now she's in the vehicle. And he's like, and you're like, okay, that's it. Like we thought she was gonna make it. She thought she was the final girl. I was like, she was safe. She's not safe. But somebody saves her. We get the guy that saves her. David Naughton comes back and he has a tire iron. He like chokes him. And then he takes him out and he's like, oh, I forgot my credit card. And then it's like, it's over. Yeah. I want to know, did they go to the Oak Lounge together? Like, did she feel obligated to go hang out with him after that?
Probably. I would assume so. That's the least she could do.
I'd have been like, so I'm not really trying to finish my shift. Like, let's go hang out at the bar like you were talking about. See what this Oak Lounge is all about.
Yes.
So that's our first one, right? Now, before we even get into the other two, can you tell me right now which one is your favorite out of the three?
I will rank them for you.
Okay.
I think the second segment, hair, is my number one.
Okay.
That thing was so freaking funny. We'll talk about it.
It's hilarious. Yeah.
It's so funny to me.
Yeah.
Number two is this first segment. And then the third is third.
Okay. We're kind of on the same wavelength, I think. Yeah. I kind of flip-flop. I think the first one, like I said, it's kind of very stereotypical. Like, again, like we said, just this girl, somebody's isolated. Like, is she going to survive? But the second one,
I think it was an easy entry into a horror anthology. Like, this is what you're going to get. This is probably what you think a horror movie is about. So here you go.
Yeah. So the second one, the one all about the hair.
The hair.
And this man, okay, we get the main character played by Stacy Keach, and I was like looking at him. I'm like, he gives me soap opera actor vibes, but I looked it up. He's never been in a soap opera. He's been in tons of stuff though.
Really?
Yeah, does
Oh,
he get
okay.
did you watch soap operas? Like, I watched them with my mom because she watched 'em, I watched them.
No, no, I'm not a soap opera
I mean,
person.
I'm not
My
anymore.
dad, yeah, my dad watches occasionally, but not really. It's just like I don't know, it's an old people thing. Not you're not old, you're not part of that group. It's like our parents.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
their kind of thing. No, but he definitely gives that vibe though. It's like you look like you'd be
Or like a Lifetime
in a
movie?
soap opera. Yes, yes,
Okay, Lifetime.
definitely.
Okay, so that you're understanding what I'm saying by, like, soap opera vibes.
Yes.
'Cause I was like, "This man has to be." Yeah, so he's a middle-aged man, and his girlfriend, again, I didn't even know it was her. Did you know that his girlfriend is Sheena Easton, the singer?
No, I didn't.
I didn't know that either. I caught that when I was looking it up. I was like, "Sheena
Oh.
Easton?" I'm like, "Okay, I like her music." So, yeah, this one's hilarious. He's going balding, and he's desperate, which his girlfriend doesn't even seem bothered by it, and she seems clearly
Right,
younger,
right.
and
Yeah.
she's cute, like, she's
I
into him
at
regardless.
somebody right, somebody must have said something to him at one point in his life because he got some unsorted issues about that. It's like clearly this lady loves you regardless. And I think for a movie from 1993 that's rather modern, I feel like for the woman to just be like, "Yeah, you're fine. Like I love you how you are." I would have totally expected her to act like like the mindset that he had about himself, but
Yeah,
but
I
she
should be
didn't, and
buying
that
him,
was
like,
that
the
was
Rogaine,
refreshing. Right, right.
'cause, like, this was, like, the height of, like, right, like, diet culture and people being more
Yeah,
obsessed with
yeah,
the way they look. I mean, we still deal with it, but
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I didn't think, like, he needed to make such a big deal, right? And he's, like, desperate. He's, like, dyeing it and wearing a toupee.
He had that paint on his head. Oh my god. Uh,
It gets on her, right?
it gets on her.
Like, on her lips,
I
right?
think
I
I
think?
think she kisses like his head at one point, and I'm like I of course I knew that was gonna happen, and it was really funny. But at the same time, I'm like you can't tell there's wet paint on this man's head, and you're still gonna kiss him. We do you, girl? You go ahead,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, yeah. And I love that, like, even after he goes back to, like, he goes to, and it's like a stereotypical, like, long-haired, like, salon, like, um, not Fabio, like, kind of Fabio
Yeah.
like, for lack of a better Kato Kaelin, like, that hair that they
Yes,
rocked in
yes.
the '90s, right? Like, that hair, and that's the hairdresser's like,
He
"You're embarrassing me. Why are you wearing that thing?"
Yes. He was feeling himself. Oh my goodness. That and the longer it grew,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
just got funnier and funnier.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, 'cause
he's
he's
it kind of reminded me of all these memes and TikToks and people when they get a bob or when they have a bob wig and they're just like rocking their head, going like this with their bob because
oh, I
they're
haven't
new
seen
hair.
that. I haven't seen
Oh
any
my
of
god.
those.
Oh, they're very funny. It's people making fun of like when you first get your bob and you're just like rocking your head back and forth,
Oh,
watching the
man.
movement.
I've never rocked a full-on bob, so I don't
Oh, I
know.
have. I
I'm gonna
have.
have to
I
see it. I think
oh, it's
this
for
is my shortest my hair has been, like, just barely passing the shoulders, and I was even like, "I don't
I'll
know if
have
I could
to
do
I'll
that."
have to see if I can find a picture
Okay, you're gonna
because
have to
it's
send
from
me it.
it's I had the 2009 Rihanna asymmetrical bob. It was a
Oh,
wild time.
no
It was a wild time. I
way. Now you
did,
got me
yeah.
thinking about, like, the '90s with Tupac and, like, remember the Gumby hairdos?
Yes, yes.
The 2 levels, the Gumby? I don't know what the actual
Yes.
name was. 'Cause, yeah, I think we're, like, the same age, so we've got a lot of the same references going on here.
Yes.
Yeah, so he gets, like, this hair, right? He sees, like, an infomercial and goes to this, like, place, and I never caught it till, like, again, till rewatching it. It's called the, like, Roswell Laboratories, and I'm like, "Roswell?"
Shoot, I
And
didn't even I didn't even catch that, but now okay, the
it
ending
makes
makes
sense, right?
sense.
Yeah,
It
because
makes
he gets these
sense.
hair plants, he goes through this hair procedure, and Deborah Harry's the, like, assistant, like, nurse, and
Yes.
she's playing up the sexiness, like, "Ooh," and one of my favorite parts is when they take his picture and they put him in this, like, computer and they show him the different hairstyles. They're like, you could get Republican, you could get military.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even remember what's the one called that he gets where it's the Fabio hair. The keto
I don't
Fabio hair.
know.
It's a funny name. Yeah. So he does the procedure, he goes to bed, he wakes up, and then he's like, and he's got all this hair, and it's like red flags, dude. Red flags.
Right, you should be worried. It should not have grown that fast. Why is nobody worried about this? Like, that's not good. And that said, I thought the ending was going to go way different. I thought since this section is a body horror section, I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be, oh, he's just going to be growing hair out of every orifice and the hair is just going to take over. But it totally did not do that. So I was like, oh, this is way different than what I was expecting. But I still loved it because I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, it was really good misdirection. I thought the same thing the first time I saw it too. I'm like, I started thinking back to like Creep Show 1 where the guy like gets taken
Yeah.
over by all the like moss and grass. I'm like, he's just
Yeah.
gonna like die surrounded by like his own hair. Like, you got your hair, dude. You're gonna die by it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it turns out it's like aliens, and they don't even fully flesh out this, right? They're like, oh, well, we've implanted you with aliens, because like first he's getting hair growing out of his mouth, and like by the day his hair is getting longer, and even the hairdresser's like, wow, like let me style you up. Like, where did you get this done at? And the girlfriend's even saying like she was worn out because like they get extra frisky. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but so
you're
like
right. It was not fleshed out at all toward the end. But did I care? No.
No, it
But
was.
I mean, now
funny.
I'm thinking, okay, aliens, what is your game plan with this? But
Yeah.
whatever, I guess.
I squirmed though when he was like, oh, well, he had the hair in his mouth and he had to like cut it, and then like
Oh yeah.
it was like, ew, the little like hair. That's when we see it's like out of face. It's almost, it made me think of Slimy from Sesame Street. I don't know why.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
both have kids.
It's
We
like
got
this little
toddlers at home.
claymation looking worm looking things.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was cool. I really like when people do stop motion stuff, and I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, stop motion. I love that. But you're right. I kind of squirmed too when it was cut and it made a little noise, and I was like, I don't like that.
Yeah. I was like, ew, no, no. Like, cause hair is like the oddest thing, right? Like, people love hair. Like, people put pride in their hair, and we show off. Or like you're talking about the memes, right? And we straighten our hair, we curl our hair, we dye our hair, we try to keep our hair like this guy,
Yes.
we do, people have products for it to try to keep your hair, and it's like it's this most beautiful thing, but the moment a hair is off of somebody's head, it's the grossest thing. Like,
Yes.
I don't even like seeing my
Yes.
own hair in the shower, let alone like a stranger.
Right.
It's like, why though? Like, we put so much pride into it, and then it's like this gross thing, and then it just added to when you're like, ew, it's this little alive thing, and like
It's
when
alive.
yeah, and when he goes to the doctor, he's basically like, well, we played off on your vanity. We knew we could implant you guys when us aliens or whatever they're called themselves came here, like we couldn't survive. So we eat brains. And that's where I'm like, this doesn't make sense, because the guy like pulls his eye down and shows he has a bunch of them in him. And then the lady starts cutting the hair, and then like transport him or move him to the room for the
Yes.
procedure. And you're like, okay, are they gonna kill him? Like, are they gonna stay in him? And by this time he looks like Teen Wolf's dad from like the Michael J. Fox
Right.
movie. He looks like he could be his father.
Yes.
He's got like these gaping holes and just hair coming everywhere, and he's just like sad looking, like, I don't know.
And then on top of that, like, this man, like, I'm assuming he had a job. Is his girl not gonna come look for him? Like, I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know.
Yeah, that would just ends like that's it. Like, the same with the other one. You're like, cool, is anybody gonna call the police? Like, did they go to the Oak
Right.
Lounge? But I'm like, okay, I said, like, let's keep rolling. We don't got time. Like, next story. So yeah, that one, if listeners, if you haven't seen that one, if you haven't seen this movie, I think I agree, that's the funniest one. It's just
Yes.
straight humor. It's body horror, but it's not like the only time I
It's
squirmed
not.
was that one time.
Yeah. Right. It's not very gross. It's just it's weird, is what it is. It's weird, but it's fun.
Yeah. So now we can move. Let's talk about the third one, right? So we had our third one is about an eye transplant.
An
And
eye transplant. Yep.
yeah, we get Mark Hamill.
To a baseball player.
Yeah.
Baseball player gets hit in the eye, needs eye surgery, and he gets a transplant. A not, what is it? It wasn't performed on people yet, or it
It was
hasn't
a
been
new
successful
procedure.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark Hamill. I obviously he's not like a horror person,
Mhm.
and it was very strange seeing him act in this because there are times in the segment where he's like not a good person at all. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's very shocking to see Mark Hamill do that.
See Luke that way, right? Because I don't know if you're a Star Wars fan. The
Yeah,
whole time I'm like, Luke, no.
I know. Like, stop it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But you
it was
really saw his
very
acting
weird.
chops.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause
I'm
I'm only
surprised. And you
used to
saw his
seeing him play a
butt
good guy.
too.
Oh yeah, you see the butt you see them cakes a whole lot.
Yeah,
They
and
like
that was the other part. It's like, oh my god, Mark Hamill is beating his wife, and oh my
he's
goodness,
like raping.
his butt
Oh,
is there
I don't
too.
want to use
Yeah.
that word. He's attacking her. Yeah, yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So he gets the eye transplant because he's desperate because he was in a car accident. He's like a minor league player that wants to make it to the majors. And well, he starts seeing weird things, and it gave me poltergeist vibes. Which then, like, I found out Toby Hooper did
Yes.
direct this, and I think it gave me those vibes. I don't know if it did for you because, like, the house they're living in looks like the same sort of neighborhood from Poltergeist.
It
The
does.
digging
It
up in the
does.
backyard maybe made me think of the pool scene or something. I don't know. It gives me those vibes.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't get that at first, but now that you say that, it's like, oh yeah, it definitely gave those vibes. I will say it definitely felt different from the first two segments, which is John Carpenter did both of those. And I think it kind of plays on the movies that those two directors have made. So for me, John Carpenter, obviously I know him from Halloween,
Mhm.
and the Halloween movies are fun. They're fun things. They're not to be taken too seriously. Whereas Toby Hooper made Texas
The
Chainsaw
Chainsaw
Massacre,
Massacre. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that was totally that was totally different. It was very scary. This is a terrible situation kind of vibe. And this segment felt like that. It felt different. It wasn't too bad where the three didn't feel cohesive. Like they all definitely belong in this movie together,
Mhm.
but it definitely is a different vibe than the first two.
Yeah, I think it worked, and I think that was something I was gonna ask you about. Like, did it feel like they just randomly threw things together, or did it still flow well to you having the difference in him?
I think it still flowed well. I think overall Body Bags takes you through a whole bunch of different emotions.
Mhm.
So like the first segment with the gas station, it's you're watching this scary movie, and but it's not too scary. It's kind of there are moments where it's lighthearted and fun. Then you get to a really crazy one that's just crazy.
Mhm.
And then this third one where it's like, oh my goodness, like this is not a good situation. This is not good. This is
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, I think the first one gives you, like, anxiety, the second one gives you laughs, and the third one's kinda, like, supernatural, I guess, is what it's dealing with, right?
Yes.
Because of this eye transplant, he's seen things, he's seen dead people, and
Yeah.
he starts thinking they're in the backyard, and he's digging them up, and he finds out that the reason this is happening is because he had a transplant of a man who was a murderer and who was abused by his mom, and
Yeah.
so it's, like, messing with his head, and in fact, we find out, like, his wife is pregnant. Oh, and she's another cameo, right? She's,
She's
Twiggy.
Twiggy.
Oh, yes, the
Yep.
supermodel. Um, so yeah, like, lots of beautiful women in this movie, from the gas station
Yes.
attendant all the way to the end. But yeah, he's scary in it, like you said. I mean, he goes from being this nice guy, like, even in the scene where he's, like, in the locker room at the beginning with, like, one of the baseball players, they're like, "Oh, it should be illegal to love your wife as much as you love her." And then, like, to see him,
Right.
like, being mean to her, it's because he's got the killer's, like, persona in here, or person he's taking him over, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and, like, I mean, luckily he sacrifices himself, and the whole time too, it's interesting, like, they throw this, like, bit of, like, religion into it, right? Like, he starts, like, reading his Bible, and, like, they're both religious,
Hmm.
and they're, like, trying, even when, like, he's going for surgery, there's, like, a priest praying over him and all that. And, like, it was weird because I felt like they were gonna play that up a little more, like, when they figured out it was supernatural. I'm like, "We're going, like, an exorcist route here? Like, what are we gonna
Yeah.
do?" But they didn't go into that. But, like, when he stabbed his eye, I was like, "Oh," like, he figures out, like, "I'm gonna end
Yeah.
up hurting my wife," and when he comes to and he's not the killer for that moment. And he stabs his eye and you're just like, oh, like could be
Oh,
body
I
horror, but it
know.
was still just like, oh, dude. But I'm like, I get it. Like you're trying to not hurt your wife.
I know, I know. And I didn't want to because it was such a like not great, not great place to be in. But it's like I kept thinking, oh my God, what would I do if I were Twiggy? Like, would I stay? Would I leave? I don't know. And
Yeah.
I don't like thinking that.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
it
like
felt like
thinking
it
that way.
happened so quick. Like they didn't give us a timeline, obviously, because it's a short these are
Yeah.
segments that are like, I don't think any of them are more than 20 minutes at most. I don't know. I don't even put a timer to them, but yeah, like it seemed like it all happened within like days, maybe that like,
It was fast. It was
yeah.
very fast.
And he wasn't really telling her. He kind of was like, I'm getting headaches, but like he wasn't expressing to anybody like, oh, I'm seeing these things, and oh, the eye that I got was from this bad guy, and maybe
Mhm.
that has something to do with it, and I don't know. But yeah,
I wish
it was
people
rough.
would communicate. It's like, why can't we just tell our significant other that you're seeing stuff? At least, even if he did say something and the doctor came and said, "Oh, that happens sometimes," like at least he would have said something to begin with, so then everyone can know, "Oh yeah, I guess you were right" at the end. But nope, let me just keep this to myself
Yeah,
and
I don't get
beat
why
my
he kept.
wife, I guess.
Yeah, especially when he was even having the freak out moment when he was building the crib, right? And like he's seeing the
Right.
mom, like I don't know. Maybe he's just totally worried about people thinking he was crazy, or maybe he was also worried that like he really wanted to keep the eye because he was so like adamant, like he wanted to go play baseball still.
I mean, yeah, but you can't play. We're seeing dead people all the time.
That's
Like you
true. You're like,
can't.
let me throw it to that
You're
extra
not gonna be
guy
able to
out there in
play,
the outfield.
right?
Outfield. I don't even know about much about baseball, but outfield, right? Yeah. I don't know. It was definitely a darker one, and he took a darker turn, and it
Yes.
was fascinating to see like you said, Mark Hamill in like this dark role. I mean, I know he's like voiced the Joker, and in recent years
Yeah.
like he's done like he plays like a bad guy in The Fall of the House of Usher, but he's not like he's like a different kind of
He's
bad.
not like this. This
Like
was
straight up like
like,
going ham on
oh,
somebody, gonna like
yes.
essay his own wife, and like gonna like we think he's gonna kill her, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
He was kind of like, that you're my hero. Come on, man. Not Luke
I
Skywalker.
know.
But I was also like, this is like the best acting in the whole movie, even though it's like I don't like it. I really saw
Yeah.
his range. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even though I didn't like the the subject matter because it is so off-putting,
Yeah.
it is the only one in this movie that did scare me a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'll give it that.
Yeah. So did you have any scenes that really stood out with you that you want to talk about?
I don't think there are any scenes that really stuck out to me. The whole hair segment was just amazing. It was the whole segment is my favorite thing to talk about. It's just so funny to me.
Yeah.
Just picturing just this man with long ass hair. Just it's like, sir, that hair doesn't even go with you. Like it's not your. I can tell it's not your personality. It needs to be shaped in some way. You can't just. I don't know, but if you like it, then great, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, this girl dug it for a while. And I like even
It's
getting
so
made fun of by the
silly.
dog, right? Like the guy walking the dog. Oh, that's Greg Nicotero. See, I didn't know that either till I was reading
Yes, yeah.
something, right? Like another great cameo, Greg Nicotero. And he's walking. I don't even know dog breeds. It's one of those dog breeds, like their hair's like mine, like my part right now. If you're watching on YouTube,
Yes,
when it's just
it
like
may have been an
touches the
Afghan hound.
and
I'm
it
not
just like
sure, but
touches the ground. Okay, is that what they're
yeah.
called? No, I
Well,
gotta
it may be that. I'm not 100%, but I know Afghans are like dogs that are known for their long hair. So
okay.
maybe it was, maybe it wasn't.
Oh, I think you're right. Okay, I just looked one up on the interwebs. And if it wasn't that kind, it was a very similar. Yeah, they have beautiful hair. The way it
Yes.
just like sits
And
in
and you know what?
flows.
So does Greg Nicotero too.
Yeah,
Another long-haired man.
there you go. He pulls it off, but Stacy Keach did not pull it off.
No, no. It's like you don't have the right face for, 36 inches of hair.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, yeah. So definitely a cool. I don't know. It's kind of a hidden gem to me anyway. I don't know. I guess I'd have to ask other horror fans, like, "Hey, have you heard of this one?" Just,
Yeah.
um, because yeah, I caught it late in the game. Like I said, I watched it in probably 2021-ish, so definitely not in the 1990s. I had when it came out, and when I watched it, I was like, "What is this?" And, yeah, so I hope you liked it.
I loved it, and I'm so glad that you brought it up because I probably never would have watched it. Especially in a world with like you got Tales from the Dark Side, you got Creep Show. I've seen those a million times.
Mhm.
Body Bags was very refreshing because they're just new stories that I'd never seen before, and it goes by quick. Um, and their stories are just they all go together, but they are all a different aspect of horror.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. I would highly recommend Body Bags if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, and it's streaming on a few places right now. It's been on Tubi for a few months, and I think it's, like, on Prime right now as well. So, at least at the time
Mhm.
of recording, I'm always these release quite later than when I record them. But, yeah, it's a fun one. I think people should check it out. It doesn't have it's not like a there's different type of anthologies. You have somewhere like there's the wraparound story falls around, but we do get a little thing at the end. I forgot with, John Carpenter. We come to find out he's not actually a coroner.
Right, he's
He's
dead.
he's
He's
dead.
dead. He's one of the corpses.
Yeah, he's like, "I gotta go now," and, like, zips himself back into a body bag, and then he
Right.
gets picked up by, Tom
Oh my
Arnold
god.
and, oh
Yes,
gosh, who's
Tom
the
Arnold
other
and Toby
and
Hooper was
Toby
the
Hooper,
other
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. So, I was like, that's another one. I'm like, "Oh, I didn't see that coming," like, the whole time,
Oh,
like,
right.
his antics, he's, like, messing with bodies, and he's, like, making fun of a woman's, like, her fake breasts. He's like,
I
"Oh,
was
they
gonna
don't
say
fit in
her
the
boobs.
drawer."
Right.
They must have made these drawers before they invented implants, and, like,
Yes.
you have to, like, really listen because you could I think the first time I watched it, I kinda only paid attention to him a little bit, and I tuned some of his jokes out, and it wasn't until I watched it the second time, I was like, "Oh gosh, this guy has a lot of funny stuff to say," like, silly,
Yes,
just
yes.
cheesy. It really, like, adds to the whole hair one, how that one's funny. His stuff is he's
Yes.
also there for, like, the comedic relief.
And his delivery is on point too. Like none of it seemed forced. It all seemed very natural, his jokes, which made it even funnier.
Yeah,
It's
he
like
wasn't
someone
phoning
who's
it
just
in.
like
He wasn't just
whispering.
like, "I have
Right,
to do
right.
this." He seemed like he was having fun.
Right, right.
Yeah. Alright. Is there anything else before we close up? You got anything cool coming up on your channel that we can look forward to?
Oh, always. I always have cool
Like, what are
stuff.
your can you
Right.
share us anything from your spooky season that you got going on, or do we need to hold off?
Well, in October, I will be doing press for both Telluride and the Cork International Horror Film Festival. So look forward to posts during and after October for those. It'll be a good time. I'm also constantly talking to many indie filmmakers. So if we could all do what we can to look at these things not only for me but for them too,
Yeah.
support them. We love indie people on Let's Talk Terror.
Cool, cool, love it. Alright, well, thanks again, Celia, and again, you can find her on Let's Talk Terror. She's on most of the socials, especially YouTube. Again, my
Yep.
name is Alyse, and I'm also on social media at Dreadful Dialogue Podcast. I have a website as well, dreadfuldialogue.com, and we hope our dialogue was not too dreadful for you guys, and thanks again, Celia.
Thank
Alright,
you.
take care, listeners, and have a good one.